Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of My Life with OCD. This is Eli, the OCD guy. Hopefully this episode will be rather short, seeing as how my webcam cuts me off after 5 minutes and I have to do this over and over again. Um, I wanted to acknowledge somebody who made a comment on my first episode saying that had they known what I was going through during high school, they would not have picked on me so much. And they also apologized on Facebook. And that person knows who they are, and I really appreciate it. Now, to get a little further into my personal history, um, I'm not sure where I left off, but I'll try to be brief. My seventh and eighth grade years were torturous because I was a straight A student in sixth grade and received a presidential academic fitness award and high honor roll and all this other stuff. I was put in a magnet school. I was used to being the best student in every class, and when I went to a school where everybody's the best student in every class, that was uncomfortable for me and it created a lot of anxiety. And also, too, we had to do PE my seventh grade year, and since I'm not a sporty person and I don't know how to play football or basketball or any other kind of ball type sport, it was pretty anxiety inducing. Eighth grade year, I went to a different school. Went to the school that my dad and his uncles went to during middle school, and that was even more torturous because in in PE again, of course, uh, the PE teacher, Mr. Davidian, was such a jerk and felt it was necessary to make fun of me and point out the fact that I didn't know what I was doing in front of everybody. That made it even worse, seeing as how my second or third period of the day was PE. So during my first and second period of the day, I was so tense that I felt like I was going to throw up. By the time I got to high school, my freshman year, I had no friends. Still, nobody liked me, and I spent my lunch time in my photography class working on my projects. By 10th grade, I had had just about enough of it. I decided I was going to go ahead and try and make some friends and come out of my shell a little bit, and I went ahead and did that. And that was one of the best things for me during high school, and that's something I suggest people who are in high school or about to be in high school. I suggest you do that, especially if you have OCD and anxiety, because the more friends you have, the less time you have to think about these disorders. Now, when I graduated from high school, was when I started dating. And dating's hard enough as it is, but trying to be a gay man in Fresno, California, is basically pretty much like saying, please sprinkle your herpy kernels on me because everybody slept with everybody else. And that's disgusting. I had several bad relationships from about 1999 to, oh, I don't know, 2004. 2004 was a bombshell year. My mom had a severe bicycle accident that left her on life support for a month and a half and also left her uh, permanently disabled and partially paralyzed. And I thought that that year was that was all the bombshells I was gonna get, but about a month. Oh no, I'm sorry. Um, yeah, the bad relationships continued. 2006, I got a bombshell. Somebody that I was very close to, I found out was HIV positive, and it was devastating. I cried. for about an hour, hour and a half straight. And that wasn't the end of it. A month later, I found out that my dad had a very rare and aggressive form of cancer. The day before Thanksgiving, the surgeon who saved my mom's life was going to be doing the. Hang on a second, I gotta get my kitty. He's trying to climb up here with me. Hi, baby. Say hello to the people. Say hello to the people. Um, yeah, November 24th, the day before Thanksgiving, the doctors decided that they were going to uh, do the surgery to remove the tumor out of my dad's tummy. So, needless to say, my dad was very excited. I was very excited. Everybody was. And about 2 hours into the surgery, the surgeon, a world renowned, celebrated, award winning surgeon who is internationally respected and published in international medical books and journals, came out with the most stoic look on his face I've ever seen and said that there was nothing they could do. The tumor had grown to the size of a soccer ball, was attached in all my dad's internal organs, and if they removed it, that my dad would bleed to death. And I kept it together as best I could. I was trying to be strong for my mom and my sister, but what I heard next floored me, and I will never forget it. The doctor said, I don't see him living another year. I'll be surprised if he lives another I'm sorry, I'll be surprised if he lives another 3 months. All the nutrients he's putting into his body is being sent straight to the tumor, and basically he's going to starve to death. And when I heard that, what was left of my shattered world was obliterated. And of course, the OCD and the anxiety from that point forward caused a downward spiral in my life that leads me to where I am now. I was 27 um, when my dad passed away on January 26th at 12:16 a.m. at St. Agnes Hospital here in Fresno, California. I was already on medications for anxiety and depression. Well, not depression, but OCD. They use the same medications. Um, I was put on more medications because I started having post-traumatic stress disorder because I saw my dad's last heart attack, and it started haunting me. And by haunting me, I mean I could be doing anything, playing my guitar and singing, and that image would pop into my head, and I would absolutely freak out. And now here I am, 34 years old, on disability, and barely trying to work on these issues that I have. So, my recommendation for anybody, whether you're a teenager, whether you're in your early 20s, 30s, mid 30s like me, I suggest if you know that you have OCD or you suspect that you have OCD, no, I'm sorry, excuse me, OCD, um, or any kind of anxiety disorder, see a doctor, get diagnosed, because medication will help. And the earlier you nip it in the bud, the easier it is to learn to live with. Trust me. Now, eventually these videos will have a lot more to do with OCD and in particular scrupulosity. Um, through research I've done, I just wanted to introduce myself as best I could to anybody who's watching these videos, so they know where I'm coming from and that I'm not just some guy who's, saying oh, OCD is this and that, because I live it every single day. And if you know what scrupulosity is, it's a religious form of OCD. So I spend 99.99% of my day feeling guilty for things that I haven't even done. And the other 0.01% is spent sleeping, when I do sleep. Anyways, it's late, um, so stay tuned to my channel. My next video will be a lot more about OCD. I do